Yep.
We've got a couple more minutes here, but that's how close we are. And that little sliver is going to go from that little white, and it should become more of a red disc here coming up. So that cloud's moving away. So you're seeing a little bit better view of it right now.
Yeah, NASA has an animation here I'm going to put on the screen because the moon's going to disappear, and then the way the light hits it, we're going to actually start to see that red glow as we move towards the peak of 12:11 a.m. So it's a slow-moving science show in the sky tonight, as Brad, I think, has really zoomed in here to try to catch for us what is that
Uh,
last little sliver.
yeah, I'm trying to focus in, but if you look closely, guys, you can actually start to see some of the blood red on the left side as that little. You can actually see starting to see more of the moon show up as that little white part goes away. It's actually starting to turn red. I can see, look at the lower part of the moon. It's starting to turn that blood red now.
I
Yeah,
think we
that's
can see it ever so slightly.
so there's a cloud over it too, which isn't helping, but this cloud's moving pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, I'm looking through the camera. It looks a little better through the camera than my naked eye because I cranked up the exposure here to try to. So it's getting close. I'm looking at the watch. We've got, let's see, we got 3 minutes, I think, until
Yes.
totality. So
Yes.
it's this should be the spectacular. This should be the highlight, honestly, of the whole event, in my opinion, because when this happens, it's going to go from that little sliver to like a bright, not bright, but it's starting to look. There goes the cloud,
Yeah, we could
guys.
see it right there. As soon as that cloud starts to move out.
Wow, that looks really cool. So you can see it's getting red. I'm going to move the camera a little bit, so give me a chance here.
Yeah. We'll pop over to NASA TV and there look from Morocco as Brad repositions his camera. Right there, Brad. I think the shot may have even froze, but we could see just how red it looks in Charlotte.
So I'm zooming in. I'm going to focus here. There you go. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, we're just minutes away from total lunar eclipse here. With
That
just
might
the
be the
small.
best. So that looks pretty good, guys. That's about as best as I can get right
You're
now.
getting a thumbs up from Tim Buckley.
So it's looking good, guys. It's very red. And when that little white, there's a little bit left. I mean, I got 2 minutes left of that. So it should get pretty bright here in a minute. But it's crazy. I'm looking at it looks better through my camera than the naked eye because it's so dim with the naked eye. It probably doesn't help. I keep staring at the screen, and my eyes can't adjust. But it is kind of spooky out here because now I have a complete clearing. As you can see, those clouds moving away, and just like Chris's shot. But I really talk about a blood moon, guys. That has really got some red hues to it now.
That's incredible. Yeah, here's Chris's shot you just mentioned. So Columbia, South Carolina, getting the same view right now. And if you're joining us on the live stream because you have clouds or you have rain, this is magnificent. We're glad we were able to bring these pictures to you. I'm sure Tim Buckley in Greensboro wishes he could see it in the sky, but Tim, we're going to do the best we can and share these pictures with you.
Looks great. Yeah. And it's always cool to see that progression, right? Like someone I follow on Twitter, Ricky Matthews, friend of the program, of course. He took like an hour ago versus right now, and you see how much it changes so quickly, going from partial to the nearly total, and I guess what now is technically total. It just changes so fast. And now we're going to get this totality for a while, right? So it's going to peak, I guess, at about 12:11 local time, and you keep this around through about 12:53. So if you do have a totally cloudy sky and you are just a diehard and you're going to want to fight till the bitter end, you can hope for some extra clearing till that point. Clouds have been pretty stubborn in most of the Piedmont, but there's always hope.
Yeah, let's show radar here right fast because this is the view of the satellite and the radar right now across the greater Charlotte area, and you can see what some folks are having to battle. We've got rain coming up the I-85 corridor, coming through Gaffney, coming through Spartanburg. Breaks in the cloud where I am in southern Mecklenburg County, but places elsewhere in Charlotte, places like up in Greensboro where Tim is, and even back across maybe Hickory and Statesville, you can see it's pretty clouded in. And if you're watching this stream right now, you're going, yes, I know that already. Please show me the moon again. So here it is from the South Charlotte. I mean, Brad, I guess you are on the right side of town tonight.
I'm breaking up a little bit, aren't I?
That's okay.
Hopefully you guys can still hear me. So So there we are. That's I'm getting some clouds still. I'm getting a little blurriness there. I'm gonna try to focus in, guys, a little bit. I'm gonna go in really tight. I'll try to get some good focus here. Focus it just a hair. And we'll kind of give you that view right there. So that's kind of the view I have right now. So there's still some high clouds scooting across the sky, but it looks really nice right now. Now we just got a big cloud, obviously, as I just say that. But that's kind of the trend tonight. You just kind of got to wait it out and then hope you can get into more clearing at some point.
Yeah, here's a look at the NASA TV coverage. You can see their telescope view down there in the bottom left. I believe that is Morocco. So much of the world, not all of the world,
Wow.
but so much of the world right now is being able to enjoy this if they don't have the clouds. We'll get back down to Chris Jackson in just a moment, who is in Columbia, South Carolina. Scotty Powell is in Morganton, North Carolina. He's taking a look. Scotty, what type of pictures are you seeing coming in right now from social media?
Yeah, let's get to that. Let me share the screen here and refresh. I just tweeted out a few more photos from our Carolina Weather Group account. So starting to get a lot of cool pictures coming in. So as Tim was just talking about just a little bit ago, this is from Ricky Matthews up in the Hampton Roads area, Virginia, just above the Outer Banks there. So you can really start to see that red hue from Ricky's photos. This is from Matt Toadvine, a friend of the show. He's out on Ocean Isle Beach out on the coast, and you can kind of see the reddish hue starting there with the moon. This is down in Jared's area in North Charleston. A lot of cloud cover down in the low country of South Carolina. This is a great photo from Ryan Gallagher in Columbia. You could see about 7-8 minutes ago that red hue showing up nicely in this photo. Lancaster, South Carolina, a little bit earlier. You can see a little bit of the eclipse here. And let's see, I think we've got some video up here from the North Carolina-Tennessee line up in the Yancey County. You can start to see a little video here of the eclipse going on up there, where there was some cloud cover and rain just about an hour ago. So that's some good signs there. This from Rowan County up in near the Salisbury area. And then this is James Island down again in the low country of South Carolina. So all kinds of cool photos coming in, and you can share those with us at Carolina WX Group on Twitter, and we'll be happy to share them out to the live stream. James.
Yep, at WCNC, at WFMY, and here's the view from at WX Brad, which is looking very red right now. The moon has come back in red, essentially, is what has happened.
Yeah. It's looking better, guys. We finally have some decent color now showing up. Look at that. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's a great shot. You can see just a little bit of clouds kind of moving out of the way, but just that reddish blood hue to it. And then off to the right, there's still a little bit of white there, which is kind of interesting. I've seen this before. It's just because, remember, it's not totality yet. So one side of the earth is refracting more of the sunrise, sunset than the other side. I think it'll become more uniformly red as we get closer to that totality around 12:11 a.m. So in about 30 minutes or so. But that's the way it looks right now. And it is, I think with the naked eye, if you have a chance to go outside right now, I'm in South Charlotte. I'm kind of in the Pineville, Ballantyne, Quail Hollow, Carowinds area. That's a part of town I'm at. I have completely clear skies, guys. And right now in the south sky, it just looks weird. It looks like the Death Star up there right now. It is. I posted that funny picture the other day, but it does look like that right now because it doesn't look like the moon. It looks like it's a planet. It looks like there's a planet up there and not the moon because there's just this red disc in the sky. It is really cool looking right now.
That is the view from Brad Pnaovich, Chief Meteorologist at WCNC in Charlotte. For variety and for perspective, we'll double box that with the view from Chris Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina, who has a very similar view of what's happening right now. We know a lot of you across the Carolinas and potentially elsewhere are having to battle clouds and rain. So we welcome you in to this continuing live stream coverage of this May 15th, 2022 total lunar eclipse. This is the voice of James Brierton in Charlotte, bringing you live coverage across the platforms of WCNC, WFMY, and Carolina Weather Group, and welcoming in back now our viewers on WCNC Plus, as we have now reached what is the total kind of grand eclipse here, and the blood moon portion of tonight's eclipse is beginning to set on in. At 12:11 a.m. is when this will peak.
That's the
And
view
so
from
yeah, and if you're watching right now in Charleston, our own Jared Smith telling us that he is currently obscured by clouds. And so so many folks, unfortunately, across the Carolinas right now do have those clouds and possibly some rain moving on through. And so that's why we've got perspectives like this one from Brad Pnaovich on the southern side of Charlotte near Pineville, where you can see that blood moon in beauty right now.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I was just admiring my work here. I was looking at the screen. It's kind of nice to have this blowing up on my laptop because I have my camera plugged in. I don't normally do this and have a big LCD screen to view this, but it looks amazing. And for everyone asking, this is a Sony A7C, so it's a mirrorless camera. I'm at 300 millimeters with the lens, but I'm actually got a digital zoom of 5.9. So I'm actually increased the zoom there about 5.9 times. So this is just with your retail consumer version mirrorless camera, which I really highly recommend. A lot of people ask me about telescopes, and I love telescopes, and I would love to spend the money on some, but there's amazing work you can do with astrophotography with just regular cameras if you know where to look and point them. And the moon is one of the things that is spectacular like this. And tonight, this is a really cool view.
Brad, as we keep your shot up, I'm going to read some of the comments that are coming in, because not only do we have people watching from across the Carolinas who maybe have the clear view, maybe have the clouds, maybe have the rain, but we have folks watching from Chicago. We have folks watching from Brazil. We have folks watching from Lake Charles in Louisiana. So no matter which of our YouTube live streams you are watching on tonight, we welcome you on in here, and so glad you are here with us. And hopefully you're getting a view of this outside your window, but if not, that is exactly why we are here, because we wanted to be able to bring this to you. That is the look right now in South Charlotte from Brad Pnaovich, Chief Meteorologist at WCNC in Charlotte. I'm going to pop up real fast here a gorgeous view from Chris Jackson, Storm Chaser out of Columbia, South Carolina. You can see the blood moon in effect there.